Right, welcome back. This is going to be a real quick one. It is a product you will probably have known. Oh, and he's just dropped them all over the bloody floor. Never leave the lids undone, boys and girls. There we go. Start again, take two. And welcome back again. So basically this product is the bite lights. You may have seen them flying around the lake. They're little blue or green lights on SPOMBs. I saw one a few years ago my mate used and thought, oh, it's not for me. I don't need it. I don't really sort of fish that often. I'll get by with something cheaper, which I'll show you in a minute. But then after doing Naseby last year with Mark, cheers Mark, I saw his and how long his lasts, and I thought I've got to get some of these. They're just better. So I bought them and I've used them for the last 2 trips. You don't need them for short distance. There's only really sort of, you know, if you're doing 9, sort of 8, 9, 10 wraps, you can get away with them really. But if you're doing like sort of 15, 20 plus, then it's just nice to have that sort of visual, which I'll show you in a minute. When they come, you basically, that's it there, and you get this little tag here. I don't know if you'll be able to see that there. You basically pull that tag out and it activates it and it lights up. I'll show you this better in a minute. And then what you do is on your SPOMB, you just connect it to the stem of your SPOMB, and then as it flies through the air, he says you won't be able to see, as it flies through the air, it gives you a visual of your line. You've got your tree line, you've got your pylons, you've got a house, a barn or something else. Hopefully it's not a horse or a cow because they move. But anyway, you've got your horizon marker, we'll call it. But then with this as well, that just confirms where you are. When you see it from the side, it's not as bright as when you see it from the end. So that's why you always put it so if you're standing here spotting, as it's flying like that, you can see it. So I'll show you how to put it on in a minute. It does fit all of the SPOMBs as well. It just goes on the stem. When it comes, you get 4 in a box. They're about £14–15, so not expensive, but again, like I say, I'll show you another cheaper option if you want to in a minute. So they're about £14–15. They come, you can get green or blue. They're nice and small, and you get this vulcanized rubber. So basically what you do when you get it, you stretch this out to activate it, and then what you do is once you've pulled your strip out, you wrap this around the bite light once. Glasses, can't bloody see. You wrap it around the light once. This is in real time to show you. I'm going to show you on the small SPOMB, but like I said, it fits all of them. So basically, if that's the front end of the SPOMB where the button is, the activator, the switch, whatever you want to call it, you put it so the light is facing you. You then put it on there, you pull that around like that, and you just wrap it around like that. And then you just push the rubber on, and that's it. That is now on there. That is not coming off. I had one on, put it on the Monday, Monday sort of 4 o'clock. It is now Friday, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's still going. I was using this until Thursday morning, early hours Thursday morning, and never came off once, and that was in and out of the water, and I was fishing sort of between 18 and a half to 20 wraps, and I was putting a lot of bait out. So yeah, but as you can see, as it flies through the air that way, you wouldn't see it as much, but when it comes that way, you can see it. Hopefully you can see that better. Quite cool bit of kit. But yeah, so that's that. And the vulcanized rubber you can take off and use it again. I've used this a couple of times, this bit. You can apparently, I'm going to try, let me just take that off so you can see. Apparently what you can do, if you go online and look at Bite Keeper online, you can cut the bottom off, and you can put the little activation strip, you can wiggle it and get it back in and turn it off. So if you only want to use it for a night or two, you could then deactivate it and then reactivate it, and you put the vulcanized rubber around the bottom, then wrap it around, that seals it, and then you can use it again. So you could get sort of two 48-hour sessions out of this, because like I say, this now is still lit as bright as the day I did it Monday, and it's now Friday. So I'm going to hold on to this, and I'm going to try and work out when it does run out, so I can give you that on the end of the video. So great bit of kit. Again, doesn't take up a lot of space, doesn't cost a fortune. So if they sound sort of, let's just say they're 14 quid for 4, which they are around about that. So £3.50 each. Now if that lasts 4 days, that's less than £1 a day great. Now I did say I'd show you a cheaper option. Now the cheaper option isn't as good, but it does work, and this is what I used to use, and sometimes if I'm just for a night need it for spodding, I will use these. I've got two here. They're basically just like the old-fashioned night lights that you for floats and fishing and that, and or you put on the end of your rod when you use quiver tip, all those sorts of things. You just snap them basically like that, wiggle them, and then they glow. They do fit on there as well. Now they are a bit big, and I have used the big ones, and I cable tied mine on, but you could, if you get enough of the vulcanized rubber, wrap that on, hold it on like that. They also do smaller ones, I've found now, so the smaller ones do fit. Now these are pennies in a shop, so it is a slightly cheaper version if you want to do it, but after using that one, I'm throwing these away. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn all the lights off, shut all the blinds and everything in the studios, just so I can try and show you how bright it is, because I was going to do a video of it, but as I was out filming, as I was out spodding during the night, you're waist high in water and it was bloody cold. I was getting out there, getting the bait in, and then getting back in the bivvy and getting warm with a cup of tea, so I totally forgot to film it. But you know what you know what it is. You're spodding and there's a green light on it. But I'll just show you how bright it is. Let me just go turn these off. I am still here. I'm just shutting everything up so it's as dark as I can get it. Turn this light off. Right, this is where I fall over. So hopefully, let me just tap the old camera so yeah, you can still see. So as you can see, it is quite dark, but I don't know if you can see how bright that is. Nice and bright. So let me just turn this back on so you can see me. So hopefully you can see me. Hang on, let me just turn this. But see this, let me just show you this again. That's the one. Let's turn this back off again. Let's just do a little so you can see. So there you go. That's that one, and that's the one beside it. Look, you can see the difference. They're a lot better. So I ain't gonna bother opening all the curtains and the blinds and stuff. You can see enough here anyway. So that's that. That was just a quick one to show you that. If you've not tried them and you fancy it, give them a shot. Then let's say they're fairly cheap. They work. They're quality bit of kit, and you don't use them very often. But when you do need them, it comes in a little waterproof protective case. So just chuck it in the bag. This sits in the lid of my barrow bag, and yeah, when I need one, I've got one. So hopefully that'll help a few of you. A lot of you will know, but if you don't, just go on and have a look at them. You can buy them off auction sites. I think you can buy them offline as well on from their site. So I just went on to the well-known auction site and then bought them straight from there. Cost a couple of quid for postage, but I didn't mind. So yeah, just thought I'd put that one on there as a little added video that, you know, if I like something, I'll share it for you. Right, so it is now Saturday evening around about 4:30 p.m. And I activated this at about 4 to 5 o'clock on Monday. So, and it's now Saturday, so it's still going strong. Well, it's 4:30 on Sunday now, and still bright. Will it make it to Monday 4:30? We will see. Right, back again. It is now Monday. It is just before 5 o'clock and it's still shining. It's not quite as bright. You could still clearly see it, but it's not quite as bright. So that's a week now, a whole week. That is just one whole week that won. So just goes to show, if you split it down, like I say, about £3.50 each for a week. Don't know what that is, but it is pence. So well worth the money. You never know, you may see me back here tomorrow at 4:30 again. Yes, I am here. I haven't got the lens cap on, but guess what, it's Tuesday, it's 5 o'clock. It's still going. Let's just get some lights on so you can see me. So yeah, Tuesday about 5 o'clock and it's still going. So that's a week and a day now. I've no idea how long. Yes, it is getting a little bit sort of lighter, but yeah, I think you could clearly still use this for spodding. Right, back again, and this is definitely the last time. It is now Wednesday, so it's a week and 2 days that I've had this on. I'm just going to walk forward so you can see it, so it's a little bit darker. And there you go. Not as bright as it was, possibly still could use it, but I mean, you know, like I was saying, most people will use it for sort of like 2 to 4 days, I'd imagine, on an average sort of trip. So yeah, well worth the money. So hopefully that's helped a few of you. I'm not going to bother putting another one on. I'm just going to let it run out now. I may put it on Facebook and tell you exactly when it runs out. If you follow my Facebook channel, I'll put it on there, or I'll put it on the next video. So cause I just want to finish this video now, because if not, I'll be coming out going, it's Thursday, it's Friday, it's Saturday. So I've finished now. So yeah, hopefully that's helped a few of you, and hopefully that's answered a few questions. So don't forget to subscribe, like, tell your mates, all that sort of jazz, and we will see you on the next one.